So if you're interested in filmmaking, you have probably heard about these things called ND filters, and that you always need to use them where there's a lot of light in your scenario. And it's actually true, and you should use them when there's a lot of light in your image. And let me tell you why. Today I am going to talk about that topic. My name is Vince, and let's get straight into it. ND filters are neutral density filters, and they are very cool because you can easily change the exposure of your image with them, with a slider on them. And they are very useful in filmmaking and in photography as well. In filmmaking they are very useful because you can adjust the amount of light hitting your sensor with them, and that's allowing you to get that nice and cinematic depth of field in your background, because you can keep your f-stop at a very low number. And you can also set your shutter speed, double your frame rate, so you will get the most natural motion blur in your videos. So you can get a lot of type of ND filters. This one is a variable one, which means that you can get a lot of kinds of darkness with it, because you can slide it like a ring. And this one was very cheap. It was about $15, and I say that it's very cheap because the better ones from like Tiffany are about $100, so they are very expensive for a small piece of glass, but I think that they are worth it. And let me show you what they do to your images, and why should you get one of them. So right now it's about 8 a.m. In the morning, and it's very sunny outside, so I couldn't film without ND filters at all, because let me tell you how this framing looks without any ND filters applied to my lens. So this is how this framing looks without an ND filter if I am at f1.7 and at 1/50th of a second. And as you can see, you can't see me, so I am going to apply my ND filter back on the camera. And now you can see me, so this is why they are very useful. If you're a photographer, not a filmmaker, but you want to take long exposure photos at daylight, you will still need to use ND filters, because otherwise your image would be blown out, and that's the only way you can get a nice and properly exposed long exposure at daylight. Okay, now that you know what these things can do, let's talk about this exact one that I just bought from Amazon. This is from K&F Concept, and this is for my 25mm f1.7 lens, so the size of it is 46mm, and I think it's pretty good for the money. Like, it's about fifth of a price of a really good one, and I don't think that it's that much worse. The build quality is very good. It's made out of aluminum. I expected some rubbish cheap plastic, but it's actually a very well built piece of glass. And let's go into the bad things about this. Your image quality will sacrifice a little bit, because you will get some more greenish tone in your images, but I don't think that's a really bad thing. Like, I don't even really mind it. But if you want to get very nice and real colors, then this one is not for you, and you should go for a more expensive one. And another bad thing about this one is that you sometimes get like weird greenish sun flares in your footage. So overall, should you get one, or is it just a complete waste of money? I think you should, and if you have the money to buy a better one, go for the better one, because that's going to get your footage much better colors, and it's not going to get any fringing. So I think you should get the better one. But if you have only like $20 to get an ND, then it's going to improve your videos anyways. And if you're doing photography, go for a non-variable one, because you can get those for cheaper, and they actually provide better image quality too. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked it and found it helpful, and I will have a couple of links down in the description below where you can buy ND filters from Amazon. You can also support the channel by buying items through those Amazon links, because I get a very small commission. And yeah, I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure to drop a like on the video and comment what you thought. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye!